freestyle.
Analog to digital.
Take me to your leaderboard. We come in pieces.
Rhino Savory!
First maiden of the Walksnail, but also, oh shit, take two. We're here with the Walksnail VRX. We're testing it out for the first time. This is our first flight. We've tested it on the bench to make sure we have video, but we have not tested range or anything like that. So I have no clue what I'm doing. I have no clue really what to look for. And I'm not even going to be testing range here. I'm just going to be flying it literally within 100 feet from myself at most. But I just want to see what it's like. We got the goggles on. We got to take off our lens cap. That looks terrible. See if that looks any better. It should. Yeah, I wanted to get my first raw organic reactions of this. Man, this just looks so good, so crystal clear. I do notice that on the edges got a little bit of blur. God damn, this is amazing. Jesus. I can't wait to put it, okay, so the latency was like the most important thing that I wanted to feel. I know I'm like right here, but I don't feel it at all. I know, again, like we're super close, so we shouldn't have any latency really, and if we do, it should never be noticeable, especially if you're 50 to 100 feet. Like, people think 100 feet is far. 100 feet is not far. We're talking feet, not yards. Like, even 20, 50 yards to me. Like, if you think about, like, I don't know if any of you guys are gun people, but if you think about shooting and 50-yard distance is not very far, really. 100 feet is actually probably somewhere around that distance, realistically. Like, all right, yeah, I do notice a little bit of a lag here when I'm doing, man, this looks incredible. It's not fair, bro. It's not fair to analog at all. And I need to maybe not go in people's yards with my 5-inch. I never fly my 5 here, just for the record. I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not comfortable around flying so closely to people's cars and houses. And I don't want to hit somebody's car, man, and get a lawsuit or have to pay $1,000 to fix some damage or anything like that. So I really don't fly 5s out here. So I'm being very cautious right now and just kind of cruising around very lightly. It does have a little bit of lagging and glitching, I'll notice here and there, but it's nothing that would ever make me worried or think that I couldn't trust it. I can't wait to try it at longer distances. My main concern is I want to be able to fly like a mile out with no issues. Anything beyond that, I don't really care or have any interest going any further than that. But I want to be able to basically, at least in my experience, being able to fly a mile, to me, feels like an unlimited amount of range. As far as, like, if you're a park flyer or freestyler, you could be freestyling in a giant park and lose track of how far away you are at times, but never have to worry about it because you know that you have plenty of range, reliably. Not just maxing it out and hoping that it works every single time, but reliably. With my quads in analog, I had reached a point where I could do a mile reliably. I could do maybe a little over if I wanted to reliably, but I wasn't comfortable with going down that far, so I never really wanted to push it any further than a mile or a mile and a half. To me, that's plenty distance. That's far. In fact, most of the time whenever I tell people that I can get ranges like that remotely and visually, they're blown away, and so am I still, and I'm used to it, and I know this stuff, you know. But yeah, this is awesome. I like it. I do love that there is 0 breakup. Like, that's just, this is like unbelievable. Even just being right here, like, being like 50 feet from yourself in analog, you're still going to get breakup sometimes, like, which is stupid. And like, if you have your system, this is the thing, quality control is so hard in this industry. I don't exactly know why, but I could guess it is because this stuff is a little bit more complicated than people are willing to give it credit for. And so it's harder to control the quality on builds whenever you're having to pump out hundreds or thousands of these units per year, you know? So I understand it, I guess, kind of. I can understand it, but like with analog, it's so hit or miss, dude. And I feel like I say that, but at the same time, if I'm being 100% honest, even though I've been in this hobby for so long, Team Black Sheep is known, like, it's just a known fact now. It wasn't until like last year when Rush started pumping out badass VTXs that there was any other option as good or better, and there wasn't. So, and TBS is tried and true, and I personally don't have that much experience with their VTXs. I've only ever bought 3 of their VTXs in my entire life. All 3 of them were great, actually, some of the best I've ever had, but I don't have enough, let's land, we're 13.8 volts. We're gonna land this one. Great flight, success. I didn't push it at all. I think this next pack I'm gonna push it a little bit, and we're gonna go on to the next street, or try and see what happens. I've never even attempted that with analog, but we're gonna try it and just see what happens. It's not very far. But anyways, let's cut this one.